All right, man. Let's talk about Detroit Pistons drafting Jaden Ivey. They ended up getting him at 5. A lot of fans, a lot of aficionados had him going at the top. Going to number 4 in the draft. Some people thought that he possibly was going to creep into the top 3. Now, one of the reasons not people thought he was going to creep into the top 3 is because it's a guards game now. Now, Kendrick Perkins on ESPN saying that it's the wings are the most important positions in the league right now. But it's a guards game, combo guard, whatever you want to say it. It's a guards game, and if you want to categorize a guard as a wing, however you want to do it, it's a guards game. That's exactly what it is. And the Knicks tried hard to trade up and get him. A lot of people thought Sacramento was going to get him at the number 4 pick. All the mock drafts have him go number 4, but let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. And a lot of people thought, Troy Weaver was going to mess it up and pass on him a trade out the pick, but, it didn't happen that way. Everything went the way we thought it should go. And I'll talk about Durham and another, in the second round pick. I looked at him a little bit last night. So I'm gonna drop these videos today. Maybe go live in the morning because I got something to do tonight. So we go live in the morning or whenever. If I can make it tonight, I'll make it tonight. But y'all know first. Um, but yeah, a lot of people thought Sacramento was gonna take him, and I thought Sacramento should have leveraged, taking Ivy, and then I thought they should have leveraged taking Ivy, in my opinion, and made the Pistons at least give up a second round pick or that first round pick. But maybe they tried to. They shopped the pick, and nobody had the pick. I know they really didn't want to get behind Indiana. They wanted to be in front of Indiana, so to get Keegan Murray because they thought Indiana was going to take Keegan Murray. So um, that's something to kind of chew on real quick. So a lot of Sacramento fans probably like, why didn't they make a deal with the Pistons? But the Pistons knew they had they didn't make a deal with Indiana or they didn't make a deal with them, they would stand put because they did not want to get behind the Detroit Pistons. Or they didn't want to get behind Indiana. They didn't need the Detroit or Indiana. They wanted to get that spot so they can end up with Keegan Murray. All right. So they didn't want to drop down too far. So they was that high on Keegan Murray. Now reports was, they did no homework on Jalen Jaden Ivey. They did no medicals, but the same thing they did with Davion Mitchell. The exact same thing they did with Davion Mitchell. They did no checkups. They did no homework on Davion Mitchell, and they still drafted him. So, we didn't know until the Pistons actually drafted him or some of the things started to leak out before the draft that we was going to end up with Jaden Ivey. So we just simply didn't know. All right, we simply didn't have an idea. So until the pick was in, then we truly believed it. So um, like I said before, I think it was the right pick. Only time will tell with the correct pick. Somebody behind him can blow it out the water and do a lot better. A lot of people thought it was another bad luck. They played us again. We dropped from 4 to 5. We ain't gonna rise to 3, 2, 1. But like I said before, I think him and Paulo Brancho was the 2 best players in the draft, followed by Shat Holmgren. Then whoever else left there. They were the 2 best players in this draft and they need to get explosive. They need to get more athletic around Cade and Sadiq Bey, and that's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they did. They got more explosive, and that was the game plan. Okay, that was the big game plan. Get more explosive, and also Jalen Durham got a YouTube channel. I'll share it on my in the video I talk about him. It's called Jalen Durham. Um, but that was the thought around it. He knew exactly what he needed to do. Get more explosive. He knew exactly what he needed in the backcourt to go with Cade Cunningham, and that's what they did. You got size, you got explosion. Now only mystery here is, when he get that money, what's gonna happen? How him and Cade gonna mesh? Because a lot of times throughout history in basketball, I always get these dudes don't mentally mesh or they don't hang out. But when you get dudes that hang out mentally mesh and all that, you get Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Tom Brady, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You know, when Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming was, both healthy doing their thing, it was a beautiful thing. When these guys get along, stay along, and they cool and they gel. That's the great thing about the Pistons. Obviously, the Danley situation, but for the most part, they all got along. Even when they got here, Rick Mahorn got here, he didn't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? So when you got a team that gets along and love each other and they're cool with each other, you know what I'm saying? Even the Thunder team that lost to LeBron in the finals, they were real good with each other. And obviously time kind of turned and stuff, and everybody want to argue about who team it is, bro. At the end of the day, bro, it don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Y'all couldn't do it without y'all. Y'all can't do it without me. This is what it is. It means absolutely nothing. And with him coming here, it's just about for one to be here. That's a huge step. His explosiveness, and now it's on Dwayne Casey to make it work. And if he don't make it work, he gone. That's just what it is. If he don't make this work, he don't put the grits in the pot, fry the egg or scramble the eggs the right way, cook the sausage patties the right way, it's on him. Because this team should be running up and down the court. Bare minimum, they should be the Charlotte Hornets, especially if they're able to get Miles Bridges. We're going to talk about that later, too. They should be running up and down this court, running people out the gym. Bare minimum, they should be exciting, challenging for the play-in game. And obviously Kemba Walker got, signed, bowed out, but we're going to talk about that. I thought, maybe not. I thought maybe keeping him, might have been kind of smart, give you a veteran presence, but maybe he didn't want to play that position. So we cleared cap for the Knicks, and that's how we got, how it all got done. So, that's what it's going to be about. Pressing, kicking, cutting, moving, and, it's going to be about team defense first, and that's what they should really harp on. Team defense. Everybody moving as one. Everybody, how Boston was playing team defense, how they was really, showed that energy on that ball, and they all recovered, they all helped, they all talked, they all communicated. That's kind of where, Detroit, that's where they should want to get to. That should be the first point of emphasis. Then you talk about offensively, what we gonna do. We're gonna bring Ivy and Cade off screens, catch and shoot. What we gonna do? Pick and roll with Ivy, pick and roll with Cade. You know what I'm saying? Ivy and Cade in a 2-man game. What we gonna do? Bring Sadiq more off screens and catch and shoot. Post it. So it's gonna be interesting offensively how creative they can get, because you literally can do anything. You talking about pick and rolls with Durham, pick and rolls with Bagley. I mean, you can do a pick and roll with Cade and Jaden Ivey, pick and roll with Bay. You got Bay, who should be moving, coming off screens, catching and shooting. So it's going to be very interesting. So, I think the biggest hump they got to get over with is team defense and, offensively making this work. That's the biggest hump. Just offensively making it work, seeing where we can accommodate everybody. So they got a lot of versatility too. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting. And then we stagger somebody minutes to play with the second unit. Um, so it's gonna be interesting. But great pick, great moment, and only time will tell if it was the correct pick. But you gotta understand situations, So situations, like Benjamin Ford was telling us, it makes, what I'm saying, it makes and breaks a lot of people. It makes and breaks a lot of people. So, like I said before, offensively, that's going to be a challenge a little bit to make this work. But and defensively, they need some veterans here, so they definitely going to sign some veterans. So it's going to be interesting. They go, pushing it up the court. I think the way you look at Terry Rozier, LaMelo Ball is kind of how you might envision this. I think that's the way you envision it. Westbrook and James Harden is kind of how you might envision this. John Wall, Bradley Beal, kind of, they didn't really like John Wall. You can look that up for yourself. That's kind of how you want it. Maxey and Harden is that's kind of where the game is going to. Middleton and Drew Holiday. That's kind of where the game is going to. Middleton can run point two. You can run point forward too. So that's kind of where the game is going with two combo guards. When you look around the league, Garland and Sexton for a while. They lit Detroit up a couple years ago. That's kind of where the league is going. Kyrie and James Harden for a minute. You look, a majority of the league is going to combinate combo guards in the backcourt. That's where they're going at with this. So, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, that's kind of where they're going with that. But my concern is team defense. But you can make this work. They make John Morant, Desmond Bain work, even though I look at Desmond Bain more of a true two guard. But like I said before, they ain't lacking for size. Let's talk about that. In the backcourt, in at the three, they ideal size around the board, except for at the four now. We got to see what they do at the four. But they can get away with another, like a Miles Bridges at the four. They can get away with that. They ain't lacking for size. So they ain't lacking for size. So they ain't lacking for size. So now when you ain't lacking for size, you still got Olynyk off the bench. Who knows? You do a Bagley. You still got Stewart, Isaiah Livers, Killian off. So you ain't lacking for size. You ain't lacking for it. So, Bagley, if you bring Bagley and Isaiah Stewart back, you know what I'm saying, and Olynyk back, you ain't lacking for size. So you can go small and plug in Bagley or plug in Olynyk at the 4 or 5. You can now when you have ideal size, now you can take chances on undersized guards or undersized forwards or power forwards. Now you can take those chances. So, but yeah, a great pick. Love it. We see if it work out long term, and hopefully it do. And it's always good to have people like Kay Cunningham, Jaden Ivey who want to be here. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Check Detroit Pistons to our playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit our notification. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Check out Detroit Pistons to our playlist for more videos like this. Hit my link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. All my links there. I'll try to remember to pin it in the comment section. Check out Detroit Pistons to our playlist for more videos like this. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace.